Good afternoon, assalamu alaikum, and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host Ahmed Nawaz with the latest roundup of sports today. We've got some interesting things to discuss on the show today. I've got the lineup in front of me. Let's take a look. First of all, the Asian Boxing Federation Heavyweight Championship. We've been creating all the hype. He's been joining us on the show before his fight as well, and now finally he has returned as the champion, and we will be talking to him because he's defeated his Indian opponent Vidant Agarwal. He knocked out his opponent in the 4th round. He's unbeaten so far in 6 of his fights, and the fight was of course held in Bangkok. You can see the visuals on your screens there as well. But what an interesting fight. The entire nation was glued. They wanted to support him in all their capacities, and the prayers were there, and you see the ref calling the fight out in just the 4th round. And we had talked about this before the fight as well, that we want him to knock him out, so it finally happened. So we'll be talking about that in detail as well. And then of course we'll be moving on to something very special in the second segment. We'll have a very exclusive for you with Pakistan's bowling coach Sean Tate. One of our co-anchors, Altamash Jiva Bhai, was able to do that interview. Then of course moving on, we'll be discussing some more things on the show. We'll be discussing how the Pakistan Cricket Board has now confirmed the English Test Tour. The schedule has been announced. Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium, Multan Cricket Stadium, and of course Karachi will be the venues for these 3 test matches that will commence in December. So in September they've got 7 T20s, and then they're returning again in December for the test series again. And then of course moving on to football, how Manchester United and Liverpool were up against each other, and of course one of the highlights of the English Premier League, the way United came back being the bottom ranked team and managing to beat Liverpool 2-1 with goals from Sancho and Marcus Rashford. Eric Ten Hag, his post-match interview, Gary Neville, his thoughts, and everybody involved. I think we'll be talking about that in detail as well. That's the lineup that we've got for the show today. And of course, first of all, before we start, we've got a report on this very special individual, the champion. Let's take a look and then come back.
Pakistani boxer Taimur Khan has claimed the Asian Boxing Federation Heavyweight Championship title by defeating India's Vidant Agarwal in Bangkok, Thailand. Hailing from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Taimur Khan won the title of Asian champion by technical knockout of the Indian opponent in the 4th round in Bangkok. This was Taimur Khan's 6th fight in the professional boxing, in which he remained undefeated. 14 classes were lit, and before Taimur's heavy and powerful opponent Vedanta was dusted, the referee realized his condition and declared Taimur the winner on technical grounds. After coming back to Pakistan, Taimur Khan declared his victory as a gift of independence to the nation. The nation is proud of the boxer and his excellent feats, raising the Pakistani flag high in the international arenas.
There you have it, all you need to know about the champion, and now in all his glory. He deserves that hero's welcome. He was given that as well. Of course, he returned on a very special occasion back to Pakistan after winning this fight, and I think he deserves it in the same style as well. Weighing in at 103 kilograms, heavyweight fighter, the champion of the Asian Boxing Federation with a record of 6-0. He's none other than Taimur Khan. Assalamu alaikum, how are you?
Walaikum salam, I'm fine, how are you?
I'm very well, champion. Welcome back. What an amazing moment. First of all, how are you feeling right now?
Alhamdulillah, I'm feeling very good. All my hard work and the prayers with my family prayers, my nation. Alhamdulillah, I feel so good, and inshallah, many more to come.
Many more to come. Now, of course, we talked to you before the fight as well. Many times we had this discussion. You were telling us about your preparations and everything, and of course your opponent as well.
Yeah.
So going into the fight, how was the fight? How was Vidant as an opponent?
You know, when I see the Vidant Agarwal the first time, he was a big guy, and you know, when I moved into the ring, when I punch him, I feel like he's a strong guy, like,
rock solid.
Yeah. I was thinking like I will knock him in 1st round, but you know, he was a more stronger, very stronger guy, and after 4th round,
right. Taimur, I'll just come back to you. We're just going towards a short break. We're coming back. Stay tuned. Welcome back. We're in conversation with Taimur Khan, the champion of the Asian Boxing Federation. We're talking about his fight against Vidant Agarwal, his Indian opponent. He was able to knock his opponent out in the 4th round, and as you were telling us that he was very rock solid, so the punches were not getting through, but you were telling us something funny about the height as well.
Yeah, when I see the first time the fight card, I think like he will be like a 5'11" or 6 or something like that. When I see him for first time in the rain, so he was a very strong guy. When I shake a hand with him, I feel like he's not a normal guy.
Taller, more taller than you.
More taller and more stronger. Then I was a little,
So what happens to your strategy? Because going into the fight, you're thinking I can knock him out in the first round, but he's very solid. That's not happening. So how do you plan then during the fight in the ring? What was the plan then?
Actually, when I stepped in the ring, I think I will shake him and I will knock him out first. But I use my full power, but
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. After that, my coach told me that you have to use jab and keep disturbing him. After that, I tried that and it's worked. And then in the fourth round,
So what happened in that fourth round? Because after that one punch, the ref called it out. So till the fourth round, you were able to disturb him. What happened immediately in the fourth round?
Actually, in the second round, I punched him with right punch. He got cut in the
cheek.
Yeah. After that, he was disturbed, and when the bleeding
Started.
and he trying to punch it, but he was not like a fit like in the first round.
So you realize he's weak now.
Yeah, I realized that, and I keep using the jab, like you can see in the fight. So after that, I feel more comfortable and more confidence. And inshallah, alhamdulillah, fourth round, I stopped him.
So what was the feeling? Because we saw that as soon as the ref called the fight, you were running all around the ring. How were you feeling there?
Actually, it was August month,
Yes.
like you can see, and my plan was that 14 August I will give this fight to my nation and to my country. So that's my very proud moment for me.
So when you came back to Pakistan on the 13th, as you told me, then it was immediately Independence Day.
Yeah.
So how was the welcome? What was the aura like?
When the Pakistani ambassador in Thailand, he supported me a lot, and then when I come to Pakistan, the people, the nation, and the official people, they give me a lot of good welcome. So I feel very good. And the second day, the DJ Ranger, he invited me in the Wagah border and he gave me the awards. So I think still I feel many people invited me and giving me the welcome.
What about in Bangkok? Because obviously during these fights you meet different people, promoters from all over the world of boxing. How did they feel about the fight? Did you get a chance to talk to them?
Yeah, actually there was a 10 to 11 fights, and the commentators say in Thai language, this fight I like the most. The
best fight.
The first fight. This was because this
main fight card.
Yeah, the main fight card. Actually, this was like a bloody fight. So all the people.
Pakistan India always becomes big in the world.
And even the commentators said, why these two fighters? They're so angry. But then he realized that actually this is Pakistan, India, and they're a rival country. So yeah.
So people want to know now, Taimur, one step, alhamdulillah, achieved now, thanks to Allah and obviously the prayers and your coaches and your hard work.
Yeah.
What are we looking at now next? What's next for Taimur Khan?
My next fight will be inshallah for the WBC Continental title, and inshallah after that fight I will be challenging World Heavyweight title, and inshallah I will win that World Heavyweight title and dedicate my fight to my Pakistani nation.
Inshallah, that's the plan. So what's the plan for training now? Because obviously you just came from a fight, you need rehabilitation, some time off probably, but I don't think you're taking any rest right now.
Yeah, actually, many people invited me, so they're so busy. But inshallah, my training camp will be very soon. I will start, and inshallah, I have planned to go in UK and training there for my upcoming fight.
For the upcoming fight, so you'll be in UK. So any message you'd like to give to your fans, because there's so many out of them, especially Hamad Sati as well, one of our mutual friends, Fawad Sati and Hamad Sati. They were very happy that you won the fight. So any message?
Just remember me in your prayers and keep supporting me like you supported me before. Inshallah, I will proud my country and the whole nation, inshallah.
I would like you to lift the belt one time as well for the people, so you can all see that there you have it, the belt that he's won. The champion is here, but Taimur, once again, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
The whole of Pakistan, I think, on behalf of them, we're very happy and all the best for your future fights as well.
Thank you so much.
So there you have it, the champ that he is, Taimur, and what a victorious moment. I think he's the one who participated in the fight. He's the one who's the champion, but all of us feel that we have won. So I think that's the special thing about it as well. And of course, going on to the WBC Intercontinental fight. We're very, very excited, hoping that he gets to perform there, inshallah, there, and get another belt on this very set that you can see as well. Now, as we just told you, moving on, our very dear brother, very, I think, jolly guy that he is, a great human being, one of our seniors and of course a co-anchor as well, but like I said, a very dear brother. Altumas Jiva was able to catch Sean Tate, the Pakistan bowling coach, who had many things to say about the Pakistani team and everything that he was involved with as well. Let's take a look at that interesting interview and then we'll come back.
Good morning, Sean. Hope you're keeping well. Thank you so much for making time for us.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Absolute pleasure. Now, Sean, it's been some time since you joined the Pakistan team. You've played across all three formats within Pakistan and traveled with the team as well. How's your experience been so far?
Yeah, I think it's, what's it been, maybe 5 or 6 months with the team. And yeah, it's obviously been good. You know, obviously the players, we're playing pretty good cricket at the moment, so that's a good thing. We've got some big stuff coming forward. We've got the Asia Cup coming up and the World Cup, obviously, with some series in between there as well. So it's an exciting couple of months in front of us here. Yeah.
Absolutely. Lots of cricket coming up, and as well, like yourself in the Netherlands right now. What do you make of the bowling stock you have at your disposal at the moment within the team and outside? And when you came in, the perception you had, and what have you seen on ground?
Well, I think, the bowling stocks in the team right now are good. They're bowling well. You know, obviously they're all pretty pacey, pretty quick. They move the ball. So there's, you know, as far as a bunch of bowls to work with, it doesn't get a whole lot better. They're pretty good. So, and obviously with Shaheen having a bit of a break with a niggle and whatever, it's you know, it's good to have another bowler ready to stand up and take his place. Even at the moment, we've got Dhani on the sideline still, who bowled well against the West Indies in that one-day series there. So, as far as the immediate guys in the squad are concerned, they're all going pretty well.
Great stuff. As you mentioned, Shaheen, if there's anything you can further add to that, as when you joined the Pakistan team, you said you're here to help the bowlers even become a better version of himself. Shaheen is one of the best bowlers in the world right now. Do you think he's got further more to achieve as well, where he can become one of the greats of the Pakistan team? And there's always a debate about how Shaheen's workload is being managed. Any thoughts on that?
Look, as far as the workload goes, you know, I don't have all the decision on that. I mean, obviously we've got medical staff in the team as well, and those guys are the experts with that sort of thing, with his body basically. As far as for me, it's just working with him. Yeah, he's pretty easy. I mean, he's so naturally talented, I suppose. Like a lot of these guys, that my job with them is fairly simple, and well, that word simple is, I suppose, what I like to keep with Shaheen. Is just keep it simple for him and make sure he's enjoying his cricket more than anything. There's no point me putting any more pressure on him. There's enough pressure in international cricket without me adding to that. So I'm trying to take the pressure off of these guys, and that's the same with Shaheen. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Now, Hassan Ali, a senior player, he's not part of the team. He's been given some rest. Which parts of his cricket and overall life do you think he can concentrate on, work on better to maybe make a comeback, given he's a fast bowler?
I don't know. I suppose that's up to him to work out. I can't tell him about his life or what he needs to work on. But look, in cricket, I think it's just trusting himself and believing in himself. He's played a lot of international cricket now. He's been around for a long time. He's a senior member of the Pakistan team. So I think just backing himself in and remembering what worked for him in the past. So he had a great season last season in Test cricket. So I think if he could just draw back on what he's done well through his career that's got him to where he is and just trust that. Yeah.
Okay. Now, Sean, you were called the wild thing by your teammates in Australia. You've been with the Pakistan team now for some time. Anyone who you think fits that title as well, or any other particular character you've come across in the Pakistan dressing room?
I would say Harris Ralph, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just he's got a bit of that raw, wild attitude. You know, he hasn't played a lot of international cricket, but he runs in and bowls fast. He swings the ball. He's aggressive. You know, he keeps it very simple away from the game as well. Just enjoys himself, and I think that's that's probably some attributes of a wild thing, I suppose. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And Sean, if lastly I can ask you, how's your experience been living in Pakistan, of course, and as a player, would you have liked to tour Pakistan? Because during your playing time, foreign teams weren't coming to Pakistan. And the matches you have played against Pakistan, one of the memories which we have is, of course, the semi-finals of the World T20 in the Caribbean, when the last 2 overs, Michael Hussey took that match away from us. If you could share some memories from that match.
Well, I'll never forget that match. I know I was next in to bat, and I was so nervous. I remember seeing a photo of someone took of myself with my head down into my arms, just praying that I didn't get to bat, because I probably would have lost that game for Australia. But that's a game I'll never forget. Mike Hussey's unreal performance there, and you guys played. You guys actually probably deserved to win that match more than us, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, as far as being in Pakistan, look, I'm based in London. But I obviously at the moment spend more time in Pakistan, so that's been a good experience as well. And unfortunately, I never got to play there as a player, but coming back now as a coach, and I suppose filling that gap that I didn't get as a player has been satisfying personally.
Great stuff, Sean. Great to have you here with the Pakistan team, and we wish you the very best going forward while you're here with the Pakistan team, and of course, best of luck to the team as well. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, mate.
There you have it. Altumas Jeeva got an interview with Sean Tate, Pakistan's bowling coach. He's over the moon, obviously, talking all these great things about the Pakistani fast bowlers, and excited to work with this younger lot, calling some of them the wild things that they are. But interesting one, and of course at this moment, huge shout out to Altumas Jeeva and lots of love for this very dear brother as well. Now we've been joined in studios by a cricket expert and our cricket commentator, Asif Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum, Asif, how are you?
Walaikum assalam, I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm very well. Right, the news is that the Pakistan Cricket Board has announced the schedule of the English cricket team for their test tour to Pakistan. It's happening in December, where they're playing test cricket in Multan Cricket Stadium, Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium and National Stadium in Karachi as well. So 3 test matches after those 7 T20s that take place in September. Asif, 2005, we all remember that, and after 17 long years now they're coming to Pakistan.
Well, of course, the happiest moment for the fans of cricket in Pakistan in 2005-2006, when Inzamam ul Haq was the captain. On the other side, Marcus Trescothick and Michael Vaughan there. And we do remember that Pakistan have won that series 2-0. Shoaib Akhtar was there, the highest wicket taker, 17 wickets. And in test series, Inzamam ul Haq was the highest scorer. Now this is the time that we have recent past, we have observed that Pakistan Pakistan had toured different countries, but now this is the time the other countries, they're coming to Pakistan, especially after the tour of Australia. In November 2021, Tom Harrison, the chief of England Cricket Board, English and Wales Cricket Board, he visited Lahore. He had a very good and fruitful meeting with Chairman Pakistan Cricket Board, Ramiz Raja, and what they have actually tried to repay some loss, and of course that Pakistan is getting some test cricket. When you're playing in Rawalpindi, especially, I'm so happy and I'm requesting right now to Arslan Shirazi Sahab that I want some passes.
But don't say that, Asif. You know how many calls we give. We have to tell everybody that, look, we don't have any special passes or tickets. If you want to buy them, go to the website.
No, I'm just requesting to Shirazi Sahab, because you know that he got some really strong
Shirazi Sahab might be in the playing 11. You never know. You never know. But Asif, that time of December is a bit chilly, obviously, in Pakistan. What can we expect from the wickets then?
This is what really important, because if we are making supporting stuff, sporting pitches, of course that would be helping to both of the teams. But what happened against Australia? It was a flat pitches. Even Ramiz Raja said that yes, we want some concerning pitches. We are showing some concern, and they have asked curators from the Australia to come Pakistan. They visited, and of course that now we're looking some
Well, Asif, your prayers have been answered, because I've just been told that Shirazi Saab has just called you. He's going to be seeing you very soon, and you might be getting those passes as you requested. But thank you very much for being on the show. On this note, we'll go towards a short break. When we come back, we'll be discussing football. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Sports Extra. Time now for our segment on football. In studios, we've been joined by our sports expert Ali Mehdi. Assalamu alaikum, Ali. How are you?
Walaikum salam. I'm very well. Thank you for having me.
Finally, on the right side of things, we've got a report on what we're discussing. Let's take a look.
Manchester United have beaten Liverpool.
Manchester United produced a fine bounce-back performance to beat Liverpool 2-1 at Old Trafford. Ten Hag reacted to the 4-0 horror show at Brentford last week by dropping Cristiano Ronaldo and Harry Maguire, and his starting 11 responded with a vibrant performance that was in stark contrast to what they had produced in their opening two defeats of the campaign. Jadon Sancho's early opener was backed up by Marcus Rashford's cool finish when 1-on-1, and while Mo Salah made Old Trafford nervous with a late consolation,
Jadon Sancho opens the scoring for Manchester United, and that's exactly what you wanted. An early goal for the Reds. It's Manchester United 1, Liverpool 0.
And it's nothing more than they've deserved either. Nothing more than they've deserved.
That's given straight to Anthony Martial, and Martial's got Marcus Rashford with him, and Rashford's away through the middle. Chance for two for Manchester United. It's two for Manchester United, and Marcus Rashford opens his tally for the season. Back into the box, danger. Good save, David De Gea again. Oh, and it's one back for Liverpool.
Erik ten Hag got his first competitive win as United manager to see his side leapfrog the Reds in the Premier League table.
Boy, I wish I could show the same emotions as Gary Neville. Just want to do that, but it's not happening there. But then Ali Mehdi, clearly your thoughts about the game. It's a night, obviously, to relieve yourselves, redeem yourselves. But of course, at the same time, there is hope that this would continue.
Well, it was an incredible game, especially for Manchester United fans, especially for the neutrals too. Look, Ahmed, going into this game, nobody really gave Manchester United a chance. Everybody was saying that Liverpool are the top dogs over here. They're going to trample United there like they have over the past 4 years. 3 consecutive Old Trafford wins for them. So, that was at stake. But then look, we saw a different Manchester United yesterday. We saw a Manchester United with drive, with hunger, with passion, and with serious the desire to actually win the game too. Lots of pressing yesterday, lots of energy yesterday, lots of sprints yesterday, and the most important thing is they were hungry to win. And that's exactly from the offset. You look from the first half, it was completely dominated by Manchester United. It was also one thing we have to also take into perspective is that United had a completely different team yesterday. Erik ten Hag had no problems in completely changing the team. I mean, when I saw this first team announced, I was like shocked. I mean, Elanga was playing, no Maguire, no Ronaldo over there, no Wan-Bissaka was there.
I'm one of those players who has a problem, and I've quoted this on record that why don't you start with Ronaldo? Why don't you start with Ronaldo? Many people have asked this. But probably if they're performing, people might not want to ask this again.
That's exactly the thing. Look, at the end of the day, the manager's job is to select the best team on the night, the best team who has been doing well in over the past few weeks, who's actually fit too, and who has that hunger and desire. And I thought he got it right. He proved all his critics wrong. In the first half, United dominated Liverpool, hitting the post, getting an amazing goal in the form of Sancho, who I thought was very cool, who had cool head on his shoulders and ice cold.
Yeah, that move right there actually signifies that he kept his calm.
He kept his calm, and the most important thing, he showed skill. He outwitted the defenders and scored an amazing goal. Second half too, Rashford, who's been completely off it for the past 2 years, ever since, I would say, since Solskjaer went. He's amazing sprint yesterday and scored the goal. But one thing I want to put into tactics yesterday is the energy and the effort which Manchester United put. 100 sprints to about 62 sprints, about 70 sprints which Liverpool did. Look, Liverpool, yes, had majority of the possession. They had 70% possession. Manchester United 30, same amount of shots. But it's what's important is what you do with the ball.
Because what happened to Liverpool is really the question right now.
I think Liverpool have looked really jaded since the beginning of the season. Look, there's a lot of pressure right now on the
Bring back Mane.
Salah, and I think you've hit the nail on its head. Mane, I mean, it shows what an integral player he was. And when you lose such an important cog, you don't get that formula, you don't get that chemistry, that cohesion, and they've missed him a lot. There's so much dependency on Salah right now. Yes, we've gotten Nunes, but he got a red card. Foolishly, he got a red card last week against Crystal Palace too. And then Diaz, was in the back pocket of Malaysia yesterday. So, I mean, it was perfect for Manchester United. They didn't have but they played with the ball extremely well, and most importantly, they won the fans back.
I've got to talk about Lisandro Martinez. The way he's come up in this game, I would say he absolutely choked Liverpool.
Look, he's the tower of Argentina, as they call it. I mean, I think he's been the best signing. He choked them out. You know, he was like a wall in front of that goal, and he provided so much.
You know, at some points, I wanted to tell Maguire, look, this is how we defend.
Look, you know, he put his body on the line. He put his limbs on the line. That's what you're supposed to do as a Manchester United defender. He brought about old memories of Nemanja Vidic to Rio Ferdinand to Jaap Stam to, and he's the sort of defender we've been craving for. And finally, Ahmed, as a Manchester United fan, as a neutral, I think we found our centre-back pairing, which I've been crying out for a long time. Varane has to be there. He has to be fit. And with Lisandro Martinez, I think we've got our centre-back pairing.
Definitely we do. I want to come to a very important point lastly, and that was Erik ten Hag's post-match interview with Sky. We had, of course, Jamie Carragher was there, Gary Neville was there, the legends were there. He mentioned something very particular. He said this same squad can play good football. They can play quality football. What he mentioned was the change in attitude on the pitch. He said if you can change that attitude in the game, on the football pitch, the same squad's going to win you games.
And that's why it's it's such a breath of fresh air that we have a positive coach over there, a coach who actually is doing the best for the team, for the fans too, and wants to bring about the best on the pitch. He doesn't care for, you know, the world's best player in the form of Cristiano Ronaldo's there, Maguire's there. He doesn't care. He wants to win matches too. He brings positivity over there. He brings creativity over there, and he brings that pressing mentality which we saw yesterday. And that's what he does. He studies the opponents and then brings about the best team. On the night, you know, he looked confident. He brought the best team, and then in his post-match he said that, look, you know, it's going to take time, but at the end of the day we will get it right because we have the squad. We are allowed 5 substitutions. We are going to use our squad fully, and we are going to go for that top 4 which Manchester United
definitely. Finally, very quickly, Ali Mehdi, an overall look at the table and obviously the EPL.
Well, if you look at the table right now, Arsenal are flying guns. Another 3-0 win at Bournemouth, brilliant again. I mean, this is their best start for the past 10 years too. So Arsenal are on top too. Other than that, the likes of Brighton are doing very well. Tottenham, you know, got a very important victory against Wolves too. But then there was a huge upset in the form of Chelsea, who lost to Leeds, and Mr. Asad Nawaz won't be happy about it because they completely got outwitted by them. But now the problem over here is in Merseyside. You know, at the foot of the table, it's Everton and Liverpool. Who would have thought? But most importantly, Manchester United is on the scoreboard and they're looking towards the top.
Definitely. Ali Mehdi, thank you very much for joining us. That wraps up this show. We'll join you tomorrow with the entire team. It's goodbye for now.